You just always feel better when you leave the dock with
bait in the well.
Always feel better. Got it all penned up. My boy knows how to scoop some bait. When it comes to the Keys and local knowledge, there really is nobody better than my good friend, Jesus Diaz.
My name is Jesus Diaz. I'm born and raised in Key West, Florida. Second generation commercial fisherman.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna get a little ice here real quick and we'll get out of here.
Been chartering now for 20 plus years.
Man, what a great year for bait we've had, huh?
I enjoy what I do for a living, and it's one of my passions.
Only a few times a year, I get to step away from my charter business, take a ride with the boys, go fishing with the boys, and just have a boys' day. Come on, there he is. That jig, right in the corner, right where it's supposed to be. There's a lot of fish back there. We're gonna go out and we're just gonna do whatever we want. I'm thinking we do whatever Jesus wants to do. I know what Jesus wants to do. Jesus loves some bottom fishing.
I love the bottom fishing. There's no doubt about that.
I think we're gonna do a little bit of everything. A lot of times in the morning when I'm heading out, sipping on my coffee, and I'll be thinking about my day's plan.
But they've been right there on that north side.
Right where that big divot is.
Yeah.
And a lot of times for me, that revolves around a certain circuit I'm gonna work. Can't believe that water hasn't cleared up at all.
At all. You would imagine with this north wind.
A circuit basically is a number of spots I'm gonna hit in a day.
Come on.
There he is. I'm gonna try and back up a little bit.
All right, go for it.
Feel like the right one?
It's the right one.
Attaboy. Good job. See if any follow them up.
You got the rod ready up there, don't you?
Yes, sir. If I could hit spot A, B, C, D to complete that circuit for the day, well, that's what I'm gonna do.
Small one.
Little guy, no followers.
Nope.
Oh, a little cuda following him.
No chasers.
Let me come down. And it just so happens today is a day where conditions lined up where there's a bunch of good spots I'm gonna be able to hit with the right bait, and it's gonna line up to be a great day.
There you go. Look at that hook. Perfect, right on the lips. Fun fish to catch.
They are fun fish to catch.
Chiquitico, my technique with the dead valley, who works perfect.
They love that dead valley here. Why'd you have to catch such a feisty one?
No, he's a small one. You know how they are.
Oh, there he went. Good job, dude. First cast, first fish.
That's the way it's done.
Look at the seaplanes coming back from the Tortugas.
That's got to be fun taking a ride on that.
Oh, man. The first available spot in the circuit is a well-known wreck around Key West, and we're gonna just mess around and catch some cobia. See the cudas.
There's a cobia back there. If you get, why don't you throw that worm
There's
at
a little
it?
one. Where'd that bigger one go?
I don't know.
Cobia fishing for us this time of year can be really good, and lately we've had a great cobia bite.
There he is.
That's our boy. That's the jumps.
That's a better one.
Oh, there's a little one right there. Feel like a better one?
Definitely a better one.
I saw that little one right there. I like when they swim away from the wreck. Me and Jesus have both been going out there seeing large numbers of cobia, and they've just been hanging around a lot of different wrecks. Come on, pop your little head up. Let's see what you look like.
That's what I'm saying. Give us a little
I made some cobia the other night. I cut that stuff thin. It was amazing. My son loved it. Did he foul hook?
Foul hooked. There's another one with it.
Yeah, I see him.
God damn, he felt like the right one.
There's
Two more
of
with
them.
it. There he goes. You got him.
Got him on.
Oh yeah.
Now who's gonna de-hook my fish?
I will. When we got to the wreck, the tide was running really hard. Normally when the tide slacked, the cobias come up on the surface. We could see them on top of the surface, pitch some lures, pitch some baits, and hook them up.
A lot of fun.
You gotta watch out, 50-year-old man, you get hurt climbing down.
Me? I'm like a freaking cat. I mean, not a very agile cat.
Since the tide was running hard, they were laying on the bottom, and we know where they like to lay up on that wreck, so we would pull up to the wreck, Drop down, we were using some nice bucktail jigs. He felt like the right one. To hit the bottom, we bounce it. The minute we bounce it 2-3 times off the bottom,
Look at your boy get down out of that tower with a rod in his hand.
we were instantly hooked up.
Oh,
Got off the light leader. I've got a net in the boat there.
those little ones are just so feisty. This one's hooked in the belly. Usually when the bull shark comes up right here.
There we go.
I mean, hooking them in the belly made it easier to grab.
That's skills, buddy. Anybody could catch them in the mouth. Not everyone catches them in the belly.
Hey, how about that though? I mean, pull up, 3 casts, 3 cobia. So much fun, beautiful day.
Gorgeous fish.
Look at them turn white.
Look how weird looking they are, but such good eating,
yeah.
such a great fighting fish.
We blacken it, saute some onions and mushrooms.
Oof.
Freaking
Making me
white
hungry right
American
now.
cheese.
Now we need to catch a legal one to keep it.
Oh yeah. All right, Zeus, I'm gonna let this guy go and we're gonna go get some more.
Alrighty.
There was a nice one there. We need to get that one.
There's a good fish there.
Local knowledge is brought to you by Mercury, go boldly. Penn, let the battle begin. Yeti, built for the wild. Seakeeper, once you feel it, you'll never boat without it. Seagar, the inventor and perfecter of fluorocarbon fishing lines. Starbright, clean and protect. Simrad, Hooker Pumps, and by bdoutdoors.com.
Cobia fishing is very tide orientated. It's amazing too with the new size limits, how big a legal fish has to be.
Has to be. He's coming up.
Uh-oh. I see him right on top of the...
Another small one.
Yeah. You really want to hit it on a slack tide, but that's not always possible. Solo compadre.
Fun fish to catch.
Especially when they're biting every cast. The tide isn't always going to be working in your favor. I wish they'd come up and float. So there's different ways to skin a cat.
You gotta wait for that slack tide, probably will come up.
If this doesn't work, we might have to go to heavier leaders. That was nice of them.
Nope.
Oh. Quick release.
Made you come down for no reason.
Sweet release. You're gonna have to go to method B. For us, method B was fishing with some bucktail jigs along the bottom. There he is.
There you go.
Hooked up from the tower. The only problem is when he runs around the boat now, I'm in trouble. That's a baby.
Oh,
That's almost a remora.
I got one here too. Doubled up.
Doubled up.
Crazy with the amount of fish that's here, they're not.
I was just about to say, you would think they would be following it up.
They'd be chasing each other up and they're not.
How's yours look? Another
Haven't seen them yet.
small. Oh, he looks a little better, not.
There's a better one behind it, 2 of them.
Yeah, and I'm hooked up. I don't think either one.
No, neither one of them.
No.
I'm trying to eat the jig out of the other one's mouth.
I need to come down actually because I can't fight a fish from here.
Now I look like Dirty Harry. It's actually pretty nice that I get to fish and catch fish. Normally I don't get to do that. Normally I'm putting the people on the fish. I'm gonna try to get yours.
What I was gonna do is I was gonna get this one to de-hooker. I'll try and grab yours. You know what I mean? I think you become a fisherman a number of different ways. The traditional route, your daddy was a fisherman. Then there's guys like me. I didn't come from a fishing family, but just growing up in the Keys.
What's been your biggest cobia?
My biggest cobia is 72 pounds. Ooh, much the motors. It was a big one. We used to see some big fish. For Jesus, that was a little different. Jesus knew from a young age. There was no question that he was gonna be a fisherman. That jig right in the corner, right where it's supposed to be. His dad was a fisherman and he was gonna take over the family business one day, and that's what he did.
What's that, 5, 6 already?
I lost count. I had to start using my toes. All right, I'm gonna let this guy go.
As a kid growing up in Key West, it was paradise. Riding around, spearfishing with the friends. We had little skiffs. It was an amazing place to grow up.
Come on, hurry up so we can double up.
A little better one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't got stripes on them.
A lot of times when you meet these commercial guys, they're hardcore commercial. I mean, you're either a commercial guy or you're a charter guy. You rarely find somebody who's both or in between.
The Blanca Rosa 4, I just purchased this boat about 7 years ago. The name Blanca Rosa came from my grandmother. I'm second generation commercial fisherman. 38 years I've been commercial fishing. Lobster and yellowtails, grouper, muntins, all of the above.
That one's a little better, Rush.
Yours?
Yep.
There's got to be a pot of fish here. They just haven't showed their faces yet. Jesus a little bit of a hybrid in that aspect, and Jesus is extremely good with people. He's extremely personable.
This one might be worth measuring, or no?
You see him? I could put him in the net. I think he's going to be a little short, but here, let me get rid of this one. Luckily for Jesus, commercial fishing is seasonal. Jesus is able to jump off his lobster boat and go straight into charter fishing because of the fact he is so personable and he is so good with people. Oh, it works good for de-hooking them too. I got that little gaff in. There's so many clients that are dying to go fishing with them and willing to go fishing with them and learn a little bit about what Jesus has to offer. It worked. The old lobster net with the old lobster fisherman.
It worked.
Yeah, good thing we had that one. Our good net flew over the side on the way out. So that fish right there is 34 and a half to the fork. Inch and a half shy. All right, let's let him go. There he goes.
Another double.
A double, there are plenty of them. Plenty of brown bears. There's a ton of factors that dictate where you're gonna fish. A lot of times it comes down to weather. The Keys, you have the South Atlantic and you have the Gulf. Whichever direction the wind's blowing out of, you can hide. Well, that was all part of our plan. That was all part of our circuit. We had a pretty hard southeast wind in the morning and it was gonna make it really chunky. Is that those little muttons you've been talking about that are all ate up out here?
We'll find out.
What I like about this, nope, the red grouper. What I like about this is the first fish you hook, lights everything up.
One of the advantages we have here in Key West is that you wake up in the morning and you see the wind.
If you had a freaking 3-ounce lead, you would have caught one already. On your way.
If the guy's catching fish, you gotta give him his space to catch fish.
What you got there, Captain?
Grouper.
There's grouper.
So that day, it was a little breezy out of the southeast. We made a game plan to run to the Gulf area, get away from the weather, and we chose to fish in that shallow water.
1 ounce sinker, baby.
Now, is that 1 ounce or is that 2 half ounces?
But we always keep areas like that just when the weather's rough and we know we could fish. Instead of losing a day of fishing, we could always make a day out of that area there.
Feels like a better one.
Another grouper. You sound like you got a Tiburon. Hey, you know what else you like those 1 ounce leads? Tiburon.
Oh yeah. Look at the size of this red grouper.
You got a big old red grouper?
Big old red grouper.
Oh my God, I thought you had a freaking Goliath on there. That thing whooped your butt.
Yeah, it's fun. We're here for fun.
That thing whooped your butt. Don't let that thing hurt you.
Look at that.
Nice red. Listen, you know you don't catch red grouper like that on your spot. You catch those little peachy lingies on your spot.
Time to let him go.
I think we ended up landing 12, 13, 14 fish in a short amount of time.
Look at there, there's finally one.
Uh-oh.
Finally
Uh-oh.
one. They call you the mutton man.
Uh-oh.
The new sheriff in town.
Yeah, that's just luck, dude.
What? What?
I love eating them. I love catching
They are
them.
so pretty.
That blue stripe behind their eyes.
When it comes to bottom fishing in the Keys, you'd be hard pressed to find a better fisherman than Jesus.
All them big ones. Yeah, catch a big one. Catch a big one. Here, I'll even let you back in my corner.
Don't be a player hater now.
We could probably, with this tide the way it is and this wind, could probably just drift through here and freaking.
Oh boy, this is my favorite right here, Rush.
Oh, look at that man.
Yeah.
I told you I catch nice mangies
Oh
here.
yeah, now he catches them
Oh,
here.
I told you.
Now he catches
Listen.
them here. That's a snapper finger there.
That's a nice snapper there.
Yeah, beautiful fish.
Beautiful mangrove.
I mean, the guy is through and through a bottom fisherman. He comes to the dock on a daily basis and impresses a lot of people.
To me, this is one of my favorite fish to eat fried whole. A little smaller than this, you fry it whole, and it is unbelievable how good it is.
Uh-oh, it might be Mr. Mutton.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let me get my rod out of the way before he loses the fish, and then he says it was my fault.
You know it's your fault already.
Want me to get him for you, sir?
Oh, I would love it for you
Oh
if you
my
got
God.
them for me. Try not to drop them over the side, all right?
You see, you had me busy with my fish, and now you come and take my other big fish.
All right. If it gets any warmer, Captain Rush is gonna have to freaking put on his freaking Odyssey shirt. Captain Rush starting to heat up. Woo! Somebody didn't clean up that box last night.
Local knowledge is brought to you by Costa Pro Series, Aftco, any fish, any water. Rapala holds the world record for world records. PartsView.com, your marine parts and outboard superstore. Abyss Battery. Casa Vieja Lodge. Experience 5-star angling in tropical Guatemala. Satfish, the science of being lucky. The Saltwater Angler, Key West. Ocean's Edge Resort and Marina, Key West. And by Gulp.
Dropping in this deep water, see if we can catch some big muttons, mix it up with some tunas. I already passed the first section. How much more you want?
Let out a little more.
We've burned 3/4 of the day already. I mean, it's 2 o'clock and we have not even touched a bait in the live well.
Tide's going straight behind us to the east.
Caught our cobias on ballyhoo. We might have used a few live baits on the bottom actually to catch some groupers, but the majority of our bait is still in the well.
Well, we have a well full of bait. Why don't we just run to the south side, dump that bait in the deep, and see if we could get any tunas to come up. We anchored up, we got the boat set up. We saw that the current was perfect for bottom fishing also. We were able to fish top water with the live bait and put some bottom rods down.
Get him, Zeus. Come on, that's the one we're looking for. It's acting like the right one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Got the right color, Zeus. That's good.
There he is. Big old red grouper.
grouper.
We can't get out of those today.
Pretty red grouper.
Big old fire truck.
Yeah, man. All right, well, let's get him back in the water.
What's nice about that is you got 2 experienced captains on the boat, especially with Rush there. You know he's rigging one way, so you're trying to rig something else, so you don't have the same setups, the same rigs, and everybody is doing something different at the same time.
It's a little bigger than a little bonita. Oh, that's all I like to see. This is what we came out here for.
Doubled up
This is what we came out here for. I know a professional like you can call it. Is that a mutton, a grouper, AP?
What do you got?
Me?
Bonita?
Nah, tuna.
Yeah, I got red grouper, boss.
Oh boy. Oh, you know, I somehow got a fish spine in my finger. Swam away beautifully. Nice blackfin tuna.
Oh yeah.
Me and Jesus pretty much came up in this game together. I mean, we've known each other since we were young men, fishing together. What I love doing, being able to set up like this, fish the top, fish the bottom.
Little combination of everything.
Great for fishing with clients. Man, look at you, first shot too, huh?
Dude, I'm a professional, man.
Golly, you keep telling me that, and sooner or later I'm gonna believe it. Look at that.
Look at that hook setup right in the mouth.
Sue's the guy who I talk to every morning because I know he's up with me at 5 a.m. All right, let him go. Waiting on that phone call to talk about what happened the day before or what we're gonna do today.
Fly. I was at a flathead jig with a bonita strip. I met Rush, man, 30 plus years ago. I met him through a mutual friend, and ever since then we hit it off. He loves the fish like I do.
Little mutton.
Little mutton.
We've been good today catching little muttons and red grouper. Sooner or later we gotta catch a good one, right?
We have a lot in common. Tuna, that was a tuna.
I'm gonna get that fly rod out, I think. Grab a fly.
We've had a lot of good times together.
Well, catch them on bait, catch them on jigs.
Catch them on everything.
Ooh. Little football right here. Show is really kind of dear to my heart because Jesus is one of my good friends who I grew up doing what I do with. Anytime I could bring somebody like Jesus on the show and just on my boat in general, it's just gonna be a great day.
What leader is this, 40?
You know, we went out with a plan. All right, we got some fish blowing up back here. Gonna launch this out here as far as I can. Just kind of walk it back at the boat. There was a lot of fish back there. On the lures, on the ropalas. If you're going out there, don't get stuck on one thing. Don't get so caught up in catching a grouper or it's grouper season, I gotta go grouper fishing. Just go out there and go fishing. Work your tides, work the weather, take what's available to you, and you will find success. All right, my man, we have literally caught them on everything today. Plug, bait. I'm tired. My daughter has a softball game, and if I miss it, she's gonna be very upset with me. And there's nothing worse than an angry 9-year-old.
There ain't no doubt about it.
So let's wrap this up and start heading for the barn and get cleaned up.